We're approaching the end of the season and we could and should get promoted during today's episode. We've got 4 games of the season remaining, so we're just going to do all 4 of them as live comms. So as soon as this episode is done, or even right now, pop a like on this one, because as soon as this video gets to 300 likes, I'll release the second part of it as well, so you can get the whole of the season running today. What more could you possibly want? Hello and welcome to Season 4, Episode 8, Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're away against Bristol Rovers and also away against Gateshead. If we win either of those games, we do get promoted. We're 11 points clear of 4th place Morecambe with just 4 games remaining, so even a draw, bearing in mind our ridiculous goal difference compared to theirs, will be enough. Winning the league is going to be a very tall order. We're 5 points behind Swindon, 4 points behind Plymouth. I think we're probably going to have to settle for 3rd place, but we should just about have that 3rd place in the bag. And an unlikely promotion, although I guess the media did predict a 3rd place finish for us, so it's not that unlikely. As you can see, we did have our little mini bottle job in the last video where we lost 2 games on the bounce. We did recover nicely from that with a 3-0 win against Crawley and a 2-0 win against Fleetwood. The other thing we need to keep an eye on over these next 4 games is Raquel Pike. We've got player of the season wrapped up. We've got the top 3 for average ratings in Jackson, Pike and Benteke. Benteke is well clear at the top of the assists. Tamelti's winning yellow cards. But Raquel Pike is 2nd place on top goal scorer, 2 points behind Lewis Walters of Hartlepool. And he's 3rd place on player of the match, 2 player of the match awards behind Billy Waters of Cheltenham. So what we need is a couple of hat-tricks from Raquel Pike, because that'll get him a couple more player of the match awards and the goals to push past and finish with top scorer in the division. Remember, he is up against his goal-scoring exploits of last season. He got 30 goals in 42 games for Carlisle in this league last year. So he's got a better. I mean, he's had a better season overall. He's played far fewer games, but got loads more assists, more player of the match, much higher average rating. So it's already an improvement on last year. But we want him to finish with more goals as well and win that top goal scorer in the division award. This is the team that we're going to be playing for the first of today's 2 games. We've got Smith in goal, Tamelti, Plummer, Jackson and Fowler as our back 4. With Cragen, Broccoli and Keneally in midfield. We have decided it is Keneally, worry not. Anthony Wordsworth might be back at some point during this episode. 5 days remaining. He might make it into the second of the 2 games. More likely it's going to be in the episode, which fingers crossed will be coming out later today, because you've liked it by now, haven't you? Yeah? Do it now. And then we've got Benteke in behind the free scoring front 2 of Pike and Schiavi, who now have, quick mental maths, 55 goals between them this season. We really want to be able to sign Pike permanently in the summer. It's still got an inquiry next to his name, because we put in an inquiry back in January and they haven't got back to us yet, which seems a little bit weird, but his contract is up, so hopefully we can just nab him on a free transfer. I don't know why Huddersfield wouldn't want to keep him. He's got 60 goals over the last 2 years in League 2. You'd think that would be worth an extra year for a championship club. Yeah, momentum. Ooh, momentum. That's what we want. Right, so a draw is enough realistically. Mathematically, a win is what we need to wrap things up in the first of today's 2 videos. Not 2 videos, although there will be 2 videos. The first of today's 2 matches. But obviously what we want is those Pike goals. So let's get the ball to Pike. Oh, blimey. Schiavi's not given up hope of top scorer yet. That's his 25th for the season. He's only 5 away with 4 games to go. That was a weird goal, because it seemed to just sort of go through the centre of the goal from miles away. Didn't seem to be hit with much oomph. I don't really know what their goalkeeper was doing here. Was he blindsided maybe? So Schiavi... it's taken a deflection, that's why. Okay, that explains it. Deflection, wrong foot's the keeper. Doesn't matter how they go in. Schiavi's very happy about it, giving it all the arms out. You can't see my arms. Don't know why I'm showing you my arms. But 1-0 up, and if it stays like this, we get promoted and start to close the gap a little bit on Plymouth. We need Plymouth and Swindon to lose some games, because it would be nice to win the title. But I think those 2 games that we had on yesterday's video just wrecked any hope that we had of doing that. It's a shame, because it has been an incredibly good season, and if it hadn't been for that injury to Wordsworth, I think we'd be champions. So the slight worry is the fact that he's 32 now, I think, and I don't think he's got a step up to League One in him. So we're going to need a suitable replacement for him for next year, and that player obviously isn't already at the club, or else we wouldn't have crumbled so much when he wasn't available. Right, Pike is having a terrible game. I think he's nervous, so we're going to bring on Sam Byrne. I know it's not the way to get him to top goal scorer in the division, but if he's going to bank me a 6.3 after 70 minutes, he's coming off. He needs to, perhaps that will just be the kick up the rear end he needs to get him to fire on all cylinders in these last couple of games. We're going to take Tom Elty off as well. He's already picked up yet another yellow card. He's not having the best of games, and it's just a risk leaving that man on a yellow card because he's just a foul monster. Not a foul monster, he's a monster who commits lots of fouls. You know what I mean. Right, let's grab another goal. Robinson sneaking into their penalty area but can't get the crossaway, which is odd because he's a winger, but he does get the... Oh, that was a nice goal. That all moved too fast for me to keep up with. Robinson, at the second time I've asked him, lovely cross. I mean, look at that. Very cheeky little nick in the ball. Cross comes into Schiavi, who beautifully lays it back for Ben. Could have easily taken the shot on himself. But he's so full of confidence that it's almost like a little backheel to Sam Byrne, who's just waiting there to bury it for only his second goal of the season. I think his time as a Southend player is probably done, unless we don't keep Pike and can't find anyone suitable to replace him. But I can't see Byrne making a step up to the league above. Schiavi doesn't even get time to take the free kick. That was awful piece of refereeing. Give him the extra 3 seconds to stick that in the top corner. But none of it matters. We have been promoted, and hold on, I've hit spacebar very quickly there. What has happened with Plymouth and Swindon? Because there was not much of a points gap there. Swindon have lost to Hartlepool. Plymouth only drawing with Rochdale. That means with 3 games still to go, suddenly winning the title becomes a possibility again. We're only 2 points behind both of them with a better goal difference than them both. I was thinking, how am I going to keep the last 3 games interesting? Boom. Last 3 games are interesting all of a sudden. Someone's going bankrupt. I mean, that's basically every penny we've got has gone into the transfer budget for next year, and they've doubled the wage budget. It's mental. I'm going to go crazy. Gateshead are bottom of the league, and Anthony Wordsworth is back. We've got a chance, folks. Wordsworth's only passed a fitness test to allow him to play 45 minutes. We want him to do the first 45 minutes just because I think having him out there is going to be a massive confidence boost to everybody. So he comes in at the expense of Craigan. Other than that, we are unchanged from the team that won in the last game. Craigan will just come on at half-time and just swap places with him and come into that box-to-box midfielder role. But I don't know, just having our captain out there for such a massive, massive important game, I think it makes sense. You lot probably think I'm crazy. He's probably going to get himself injured again. But, all we need is a little free kick or even a corner that he can just drop on top of somebody's head. His delivery's so good from set piece, and he's got a cracking shot on him. Plus, he's a leader. All that being said, he's not having the best of games, and he's already shattered. Keneally, very dangerous, sort of hassling the Gateshead attacker as they hover around in the penalty area. Benteke's injured. Oh, well, that kind of changes the plan because Craigan's going to have to come on for him now. So my pre-planned half-time substitution is going to have to be a little bit different. And it also means we're going to use 2 of our 3 subs by half-time, which again is not ideal. There you go. Tell me all about I'm an idiot. I mean, I basically asked for this to happen because now we're going to be playing quite a weakened midfield in this second half. But I guess the alternative is that we had the weakened midfield from the start. So we've taken a gamble, had a half out of Wordsworth. He's not made a difference, which is a shame. Oh, Schiavi's in here though. Keneally! We're 1-0 up just on the stroke of half time, and we were 2.5 minutes into added time at the end of this second half. We were only supposed to get 2 minutes. We're stealing a goal here, and I don't know why Seamus Keneally was that far forward, but who cares, because he's grabbed himself a goal. I think, is that his first goal for us? We're 1-0 up. That is massive. Right, we're going to have to bring on Stefan Broccoli. He's going to come on for Wordsworth. And yeah, he can just play as box-to-box midfielder. In fact, he was playing, that was the other change I made. Merkins came into the team. I do know what's going on. I'm just excited because we've just been given an £800,000 transfer budget. Look at that league table, 2 points behind them. I guess they're both winning. We just need one of them just to... Or both. I mean, imagine if they both conceded late goals. Merkins, what are you doing? What was that? We were at 1-0. I mean, we scored in the 47th minute. They've equalised in the 46th minute. How often does that happen in a game of football? What is Merkins doing there? I mean, he had so many opportunities just to clonk that anywhere. Kick it out for a corner if you have to. You might as well take a shot at your own goal yourself. That was just bobbins. Pike's not having a good game again, and all of a sudden there's a 4-point gap between us and Plymouth. Swindon have conceded a goal, but so have we. It's going to make no difference. 4 points for 2 games left. That's too big a mountain to climb. Oh, why does it let us get so close? Look, Tamelti's already on a yellow card and on a 6.3. Pike's also being rubbish. I don't usually like to make my third substitution this early, but we've got to get Pike off. His head's gone. Have I started the game again? No. What have I done? Right, Sam Byrne's going to come on. He scored in the last game. We'll feel a little hard done by that he didn't start, but I guess he has to understand we're trying to get a top scorer award for Pike. He's already blown the player of the match one because he can't get 3 player of the match awards in the last 2 matches. Schiavi's in! Oh, what an important goal. That puts us above Southend. We're Southend. Puts us above Swindon as things stand. 2 points behind Plymouth. Now we need Plymouth to concede a goal, and we'll be top of the league on goal difference if Plymouth draw now. Top of the league with 2 games to go. We need Plymouth to fall behind. I mean, fall behind in their game would be even better. But a draw's fine. We're not greedy. Even ending like this with 2 games to go in second place with 2 points to make up, that's not unachievable. What just happened? Gateshead are bottom of the league. How are we conceding goals against them like this? The first one was just nonsense. This one, they're a bottom of the league side. They shouldn't be capable of doing this. He's just hit that first time. Ted Smith should have done better maybe, but it was perfectly placed. How is a bottom of the league team capable of doing that? And again, the title challenge it's gone now. 4 points, too many. Right, Byrne finds Keneally. Keneally to Cragen to Schiavi. Sam Byrne has scored a screamer! He knows that I'm not planning on keeping him around next year, and he's trying to convince me that I really, really should. And that's 2 goals in like 30 minutes of football now from Sam Byrne, and this one was an absolute beauty. Right into the top corner. Might have to rethink Sam Byrne a little bit. I mean, he's crying out for a start in these last 2 games. But who on earth do we drop? We can't drop Pike, surely. Oh, Byrne's in again. Oh, if he'd have scored that, Pike would have been on the bench for the next game, I think. Right, things need to stay as they are. Forget what's going on at Plymouth. Right, we are fired up. We're 2 points behind Plymouth with 2 games left to go. You know what to do. We need to get to 300 likes, and as soon as we do, the next 2 matches will appear on this very channel for you. So if you want to see how this incredibly exciting run-in turns out, you need to hit that like button right now. Well, you should have done it earlier, but hit it now. Don't hit it again if you did it earlier, because that'll unlike it. That'll never do. So if you have enjoyed that, pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.